Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. So glad that you are here. If you are brand new, Cindy's Kitchen is a community of people who love food. And maybe you're just bored in your house and you need something to watch for about an hour. And whatever the reason is, welcome. We're glad you're here. But if you are watching, make sure you say hello. Make sure you tell us where you're from. That's always exciting to see where everyone's from. If you have a suggestion, add it. If you have a comment or a question, ask it. You'll find that our community is quite lovely and everybody really is quite kind. And so welcome. If you're not brand new, say hi anyway. I like to see who's coming on and who's all here and what kind of fun we're gonna have today. So welcome, good to see everybody. Everybody having your coffee? Hello, and Charlene's on. You guys aren't saying hello. Say hello, unless there we go. Hello, Tommy. Tommy's Beaumont, right, Tommy? Am I right about that? Tommy, you're from Beaumont? Little girl. I feel so old that I don't feel like a little girl, but I appreciate it. Good morning, Charlene. Good to see you. Anne from the UK is on. Everybody still having coffee, or have you switched? Good morning, Mom. Charlene, my mom's name is Charlene, so it's kind of like Charlene and Charlene. Good morning, Brenda. Sunshiny to you. The weather here in Houston, that's what I thought I remembered. What plants did I buy? So I've been using like all the cilantro. So I bought some more cilantro plants. I bought one more basil. Good morning, Margaret. I bought these they were called lunchbox yellow peppers. So I'm kind of looking forward to those. We got mint. We got chocolate mint. We got chives. Is that what we got? Chives? No. Yes, I think. And I've never used chives, ever. Good morning, Chris. Good to see you. Wendy's here. Alice is here. Good to see you guys. So I bought a few things that I've never grown before. So I just wanted to see. I really was hoping I could find some more fairy tale eggplant because those things are going like wildfire. One of the plants I think has, 15 on it. I know, right? We have a couple of really big tomatoes that have started to turn red, so I'm excited about that. Hey, Chris, my friend, you're supposed to be finishing your work, I'm just saying. So yeah, nothing really exciting because I hate to say this, but if you go to any place right now, it really is just tomatoes and peppers. Like you could find a lot of jalapenos, serrano, all kinds of peppers, but not a lot of anything else. Alice, good morning. Kathleen, good morning. Hi, Sue, good morning. So yeah, what else did we get? Oh, I think we got some dill, which I've never grown dill either. I got the mint because mint tends to keep the mosquitoes and the bugs away, and it makes everything smell good. Good morning. Oh, it's sunny and warm in Chicagoland. Gail, we are in the middle of, the weather has mental problems down here. It's like the sun is out and then boom, it's dark. The water comes flooding down and then it stops. Then it clears up. Then it sprinkles. Then it stops. Then boosh. I mean, it's been nonstop rain and stop, rain and stop. So I feel bad for hubby because he was supposed to play tennis last night. No. And then they were kind of hoping that things would dry up enough where they could play this morning. No. So kind of sad. It's really one of the few things that he loves because when he's not working, which is almost all the time, it allows him to have some fun, get some exercise, and release a lot of tension. So I'm kind of sad. You need rain so badly, Gail, come get it. It's like everything is soaked down here. Come and get it. And then we would get to visit and chitty chat. So, all right, well, let's get started. Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Yes, we shall. Raise your cups. What cup do I have? I have the blue cup with the pretty flowers that's called Hidden Dragonfly. And of course, there it is. There's the Hidden Dragonfly. So there you go. Not hidden, because I found it. So there you go. All right, so let us cheer. Cheers. Now, Lisa's not on. Too bad. And I don't think any of my old HG buddies are watching right now. If you're an old Homemade Gourmet buddy, make sure you say hello because we're going to do something today. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start the soup, and we're going to use the seasoning. And then after I get the soup started, we're going to make the seasoning from scratch, so you'll have that recipe as well. But if I do it the other way, then the soup won't be ready in time. So there you go. Here's what I'm doing. Good morning. Send the rain to Lenore. You need it too. Very dry. Wow. This is basically a recipe for a chicken enchilada soup. And you can certainly put chicken in there. I'm not going to. I'm going to do what I had left over. So I have 2 of the Mexican chayote squash. Any kind of squash is fine. I've got 3 Roma tomatoes left over, so I'm using those. I have some peppers, so I'm going to put those in there. You don't have to. Or you could use a can of green chilies, so there you go. I think these mushrooms are going a little dodgy, so I think I'm going to put those in there. And then I'm going to add some instant rice, and that's going to pull our whole soup together. So it's going to taste like chicken enchiladas, but no chicken and no enchilada. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start cutting up a few things. All right, so these are my my big squash. Again, you can use any vegetables that you have. You want to use carrots and celery and, you know, all of that. Please feel free. Tell me if you looked in your crisper right now. I'm kind of curious. If you looked in your what veg you have, what veg is in your house right now? Tell me what you have, okay? Tell me what you have. All right, so I'm dicing this squash. And of course, if you don't have a Mexican squash, that's not really an issue. These, to me, taste very similar to a zucchini. So there you go. If you were looking for something to that was the exact kind of taste profile, a zucchini. You could use yellow squash. I wouldn't tend to go with the harder squashes, you know, like the fall, winter squashes, because they're so hard and they take so long to cook. You want to go with the softer squashes because they'll be done fairly quickly. It's another reason I'm doing the instant rice instead of regular rice, because really 5 minutes and poof, the rice is done. So again, that's why I'm using the vegetables that really are soft and break down faster, okay? So nobody has, okay, Debbie has carrots, celery, onions, and potatoes. Debbie, that is the best stocked, basic veg that everybody should have. I agree. So you have done awesome. Oh, Kathleen has asparagus, carrots, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, tomatoes, red onion, and cucumber. I have an English cucumber in there. Brussels sprouts, celery, radishes, green onions. You guys are good. I had the best lunch the other day. Remember I got those Brussels sprouts? Maybe we'll do that again. I'll make it again next week. It was so good. So I saw a recipe for the Brussels sprouts, and I made them just for lunch. And good morning, Darlene. Okay, I'm gonna get a big pot. And Jess and I just had them for lunch, and they were so good. Oh my gosh, so good. All right, so because of Terry, I have ghee in here, but really butter, oil, whatever. About a tablespoon or 2. Zucchini, carrots, onions, peppers, cabbage. Wow, spinach, mushrooms, radishes, cucumber, tomatoes, strawberries. Good Lord, we could all shop at Nina's house. Oh, Vidalia onions, baby potatoes, and red onions. We need to eat. We need to eat. at several of your homes. There's so many recipes I could make out of just what you guys have. So good, so good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these, I am gonna add just a whiff of salt, just so they'll start releasing their juices. And we're gonna put this on, I would say if you were doing it like a medium heat. All right, and then now I have my Roma tomatoes, and I'm gonna cut those up. The problem with Roma tomatoes is, well, for me, and it may not be all of them, it may just be some of the ones that we've gotten recently. The skin is so hard. A small cauliflower, which I thought I might try roasting with paprika, garlic, and cheese in the air fryer. Oh, Anne, you must tell me how that turns out. Because I have not yet roasted a cauliflower in my air fryer. Partly because, oh gosh, I hate these tomatoes. Partly because, and it's not like my knife is not sharp. Cauliflower's been kind of pricey. I mean, it just has. I love cauliflower. It's like one of my faves. You've been planting veggies for the last 4 days. Oh, cool. Now you got your containers. Yeah, I found that the containers that were really pretty were so expensive, which is why Jess and I just got stuff from the dollar store. We got these little pails at the dollar store, and Philip drilled holes in the bottom for us, and poof, tomato bucket. Oh, I hate these. Anyway, so that's what we have, like 20 tomato plants in, are these dollar store buckets that Philip drilled holes in. So, so there you go. Broccoli and cauliflower. Those are all good. Those are all good. I'm so impressed with you guys. I have noticed, see, it's not you guys. With restaurants opening, competing with grocery stores for products, yes, the prices are all going up, which is why I was so excited when I went to Fiesta the other day, and I got such great prices on the veg that I bought, right? I don't know if Wednesday, because that's when I went, I don't know if Wednesday is special sale day, but there were several things that said sale Wednesday only. So that may be the day that you go to Fiesta. I'm not exactly certain, but the buckets are great because you can move. Yes. Oh, of course, Jessica said that. Now the thing is we did have to go buy more cages. Golden potatoes, fingerlings, cherry, grape, Roma, carrot, spinach, cilantro, tons and tons of stuff. So Terry's like I am. Give them love and they will produce very well. We love on them a lot. Jessica loves on them more than I do, but there you go. All right, so here are 3 Roma tomatoes all cut up. I'm gonna put these in the pot. Into the pot they go. So I don't know if your kids, if you have kids at home that you're cooking for. Hold on, I'm gonna give this a stir. Normally I wouldn't do it this way, but I just want it to cook a little faster. I thought about making this without tomatoes, hoping that my youngest child would eat it, because she doesn't like tomatoes at all. That being said, she doesn't like soup, so there you go. All right, I'm putting on a rubber glove. I don't know how medical people do this all the time, although my hand was kind of wet. I didn't dry it very well. How do they do this? Where they get them on so fast? Maybe I ought to have Philip come in here and put on a rubber glove, and then he can tell us how he does it so quickly. Yeah, that did not work well, but it'll be fine. Okay, the reason I'm putting the glove on is because, remember when we made our nopalitas the other day, and I cut those peppers? I was like, yeah, you know, I haven't had any issues with it before, so I'll just go ahead and, oh, the capsaicin, the oil from the peppers on my fingers, oh, burn, burn, burn. So, you know, I had washed them really well, my hands, and soap and water, hot water, you know, did the whole thing. And then I thought that would be okay. They were still burning, so I got some anti-itch stuff, I also have 2 banana peppers from the garden. And so I put that on. That did not help. And, so I ended up having to, as a last resort, I had to come down here, look at this, and put oil all over my hands. Like, I just used canola oil. And rubbed the canola oil really well all over my hands. And let that set just for a bit. And then I washed them in hot soapy water. And then, poof, all was good and right with the world. Did you guys know that you can do that? Coconut oil. Okay, well, I just used canola oil. It could have been olive oil. I just grabbed. My hands were hurting, and so I was like, I'm just grabbing this. The jalapeno and both banana peppers came out of the garden. How impressed with me are you? So, there we go. Chop, 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 chop. Okay, so there's my pepper. Pepper for your puppy cat. I'm just gonna put it in this little thing. Actually, no, I'm not. It's on my knife. I'm gonna go put it in. In it goes, and a little stirry. Already, the tomatoes are releasing their juices. And then we take this off. Surgery is over. All right, the last thing I'm gonna chop up are the dodgy mushrooms. And speaking of mushrooms, I'm gonna show you something. Once I get all this going, you're gonna be amazed. You are going to be amazed, I'm telling you. In awe, I'm telling you. In awe. Nobody's talking this morning. What's the problem? My friend Carissa, who is my law school roommate, is supposed to be working, so I understand while she's not talking. Gail, hey Vicki Ann, Gail, are you, is anybody close enough to go to the More Polish Pottery anniversary event today? Isn't it today and tomorrow? I do believe. I'm so far away that wouldn't help me because, you know, I can't get there. Anybody going? Or has anybody gone? Now, I slice these, but then I'm just going to give them a chop because I really, you know me, perfect bite, right? Good morning, Vicki. I really don't like big old chunks of anything. I like when I put my spoon in the soup to get this perfect little bite where all the flavors are there and things are delightful. Just delightful, right? All right, so I've chopped the shrooms. Shrooms, they be chopped. Done, done, and done. I wish I could. Beautiful oh, I know. Yes, it is, but I can't drive anymore. I live 15 minutes. Oh, Kathleen, we need to get you an Uber. All right, so mushrooms are going in. In we go. And then I'm gonna bring it over here just so you can gander. Oh, my hands. You're making Zurich today. Remind me what that is? I'm close enough, but I'm not comfortable with large groups yet. Think it will be busy there this weekend. Oh, yeah, probably will. Probably will. You do have friends that are going. I know, I wish I was going, but I am not. Because, you know, Houston, Illinois. You know, there you go. All right, I'm going to give you a gander of what everything looks like. I didn't stir in the shrooms yet, but there you go. So we have our squash, our 3 Roma tomatoes, and we have some shrooms in there. Mmm, yum. All right, now to this, I'm going to go ahead and add what else we need. I'm going to put in a half a cup of rice. If you wanted to go bigger with the rice, you certainly could. 3/4 of a cup. Pardon me, hold on. Pardon me. 3/4 of a cup. You could do a whole cup. I'm trying to decide if I want a little more. Maybe just a little more. Not a whole lot, but a little bit more. So maybe 3/4 of a cup. All right, and then the secret stuff. This is the stuff we're gonna make today. Polish rice soup. Oh, with the start. Yes, 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 yes. This is the secret spice. And again, when we worked for this company called Homemade Gourmet, this was like the bestseller. So I'm gonna put 5 tablespoons of this in here. And in a second, we're gonna make this stuff, 3, hold on, 4, 5. We're gonna make this stuff so that you can have it. You can, we'll make enough for one. We're not gonna make enough for that, okay? And then we need 4 cups of water. This actually has this actually has 6 cups of water, but I'm putting it in here anyway because of the rice. And I need some milk. Normally I would tell you 4 cups of water and a cup of milk. So there you go. I didn't measure. Boo boo. The original recipe, I'm gonna give this a stir and put this on the stove. Look, back on the stove we go. Okay. The original recipe that came on this spice mix, so this stuff came in a little plastic package, and it was enough for 1 pot of chicken enchilada soup. And so you put this in, you put in 4 cups of water, 1 cup of milk, chicken, and a can of tomatoes, which we always did a can of Rotel, right? But there you go. You didn't have to do that. And so that's all it was. It really was just chicken and tomatoes in this phenomenal broth. But with this, there were like 100 other recipes. You could make queso and use the queso to make chicken spaghetti. You could marinate and cook your chicken in here or your pork in here. You could make seasoned stuff for tacos and quesadillas and enchiladas and everything with this. So I'm gonna show you how to make this. All right, let me put this on. But before we make, I have to show you. Who was watching the other day? You have to say yes, okay? Because I need to know. Who was watching the other day when I showed you my mushroom starter kit? The little box that I bought, well, it's actually kind of in a bag, in a box, of mushrooms. Like, because I'd never grown mushrooms before. And I really like mushrooms. And quite frankly, I really like watching things grow. Who would have thought, right? I'm just amazed when you see, you know, a strawberry come out, or a pepper, or a tomato, or you know, an eggplant, or whatever. And so, okay, so quite a few of you. All right, you remember what they look like, right? They're just little teeny tiny. All right, hold on, I need another sip of coffee. Because of the weather, I've had kind of, you know, all of this with the headache, and of course, the barometric pressure is changing, so my hands hurt, my feet hurt, and you know, like we all don't have aches and pains. But because I've had all this going on, I've had a sore throat, and so it's like, which sounds horrible. All right, you ready to see the mushrooms? That was just on Thursday, right? It was just Thursday when I showed it to you, and they were itty tiny. You ready? You ready? You ready? This is so cool. Here's the box. Ta-da! Look at those mushrooms. Look how big they are. Look at that. Is that the coolest thing ever? Hadley and I are miserable with allergies. Yeah, it's kind of icky here too. Look how big those are. Are those the coolest ever? Very cool. Very, very cool. Are you guys impressed? That was fast. Fast, I tell you. And I'm supposed to be able to get 2 full growth things out of here. Right? I know, it's so cool. Look, still little baby ones right here that have just started. And then the ones here are big. Big, 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 I tell you. Hello, Anthony. I know, it's fun. So I can't wait. They smell like mushrooms. I can't wait to cook with these. Yum. Okay, so those are my shrooms. Those are my shrooms. I may buy more of those because that was just... What are you making with them? I'm probably going to do just some Italian dish. Is what I'm probably going to do. Lots of basil and tomatoes, and because I love that, the mushrooms with those. Although, you know, probably could just cut them and saute them with some butter and a little Worcestershire. Put those on top of a steak or a baked potato. Yum! All right, let's get on to our mix. All right, I love mushrooms too, Anne. And Anne, in your little bitty... Well, I don't know that it's little bitty, but in your flat. Do you have a flat or a house? I couldn't tell. I saw your garden, that your puppy goes out in. So I couldn't tell if it was a flat or like a house. But this would be perfect because I know you didn't have a lot of room, and these can be inside. It can be outside too, but they can do inside, just like right by your kitchen sink. And they're, you know, not that big. Okay, so let's do our chicken enchilada soup mix. All right, so we need a little bowl. This is gonna make just enough for 1 pot of soup. And garlic. Yes, of course, Mother, I will always add garlic to everything. All right, now the first ingredient for just one, hold on, let me move my thing, is garlic salt. But you know me, I don't have any garlic salt. I have garlic, granulated garlic. I may even have garlic powder. And then I also, and burgundy. I used to do burgundy beef tip recipe that was really good too, Terry. But you know what? Philip and I are the only ones that like it. That burgundy flavor, kids don't. So there you go. All right, so we need, this calls for a teaspoon of garlic. This is my teaspoon side, that's my tablespoon side. A teaspoon of garlic salt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a teaspoon of garlic. Oh, here's my salt. And a half a teaspoon of garlic salt. A half a teaspoon of salt, right? Ground floor flat that overlooks the Grand Union Canal. Well, it was a beautiful view that I saw. All right, so if you have garlic salt, it's 1 teaspoon. Then we need 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Chili powder. Chili powder. There we go. In we go. Let me do that so you can see the bowl. I'll pull the bowl over here. No salt. Then we're gonna need chicken bouillon or chicken soup base or, you know, whatever. And we need 2 tablespoons of this. 2 tablespoons of this, okay? Did anybody who's watching now ever buy anything or use any products from Homemade Gourmet? Did any of you ever, have you ever heard of it or bought anything from them? A half a teaspoon, so I'm just gonna use this, of oregano, dried oregano, okay? Half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon, there we go. Dried oregano. Then we're gonna need dried cilantro. I know you're like, can't we use fresh cilantro? But we're making a mix. So that's why we need the dried cilantro. Okay, we need 1.5 teaspoons of dried cilantro. Okay, 1.5 dried cilantro. See, this is easy, easy peasy. Then we're gonna need a half a teaspoon of lemon pepper. Lemon pepper. Gail's used Homemade Gourmet. I bet you bought it from Rebecca, didn't you, Gail? Half a teaspoon, come on, get in there, of lemon pepper. This has the little shaker thing on there. That's how Rebecca and I met. And others that you've seen on here, Lisa, two Lisas that were both, and then Vicky, and Sherilyn and Kim, and there's a whole bunch of people who watched in the past that were on there. Now, this next ingredient, you're gonna kind of roll your eyes, but we need some masa, or maseka, not masa, maseka, all right, which is, it's like, this is an instant yellow corn masa flour. So it's not cornmeal, it's like masa, right, maseka. But it wasn't hard to find in the grocery store. It's over by the flour and the sugar and all that on the baking aisle. And we need 2 tablespoons of this. When I made the big batch, you gotta have like a lot. So, all right, 2. I made for Christmas. I made for everybody who used to buy from, you know, I made it. I think Mom got one for Christmas, 2. My mom, my sister, I think my niece, a bunch of people at church got them because, you know, there you go. All right, now, the last thing is another kind of hit or miss thing, and this is cheddar cheese powder. This is kind of hard to find at the grocery store. I had to actually order this online, cheddar cheese powder. Some size in the Latin section. Yes, Terry. If for whatever reason, nope, didn't know her then. Used to be big for making freezer meals. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, Gail, was it called 4 Meals in 4 Minutes? Was it called 4 Meals in 4 Minutes? Where you would put all your stuff in the bag and smush it? Was it called that? Okay, so if you cannot find cheddar cheese powder, it doesn't have to be a particular brand, but if you can't find cheddar cheese powder, then what you can do is you can add a can of cheddar cheese soup to the liquid once you're making the soup. So there you go. All right, so of the cheddar cheese stuff, we need a tablespoon of cheddar cheese powder. Okay, it is quite pretty. It's quite a pretty thing. Okay, so it's all in there, and then we're just gonna give it a stir. La, la, la. Waiting for the la, 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 were you? La, la, la. Anyway, but that's where I met Rebecca. So we both sold food mixes together. Never seen cheddar cheese powder before. Lori, I know, right? And like I said, I looked in my grocery stores and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I ended up having to order it online. And again, I did it because I was making Christmas packages for everybody. And so there you go. That's the exact amount, basically 5 tablespoons, right? 5, 5.5, something like that. Oh, Lydia, we are making a veg-alada, like a chicken enchilada soup, but with no chicken and no enchilada. Ha! Just veggies. But we're using this Homemade Gourmet seasoning. Well, it was an old Homemade Gourmet seasoning. Anyway, and so this is just enough for a pot of soup. So again, if you can't find cheddar cheese powder, it would be, yes, good on popcorn. If you can't find cheddar cheese powder, don't go, well, that's it, I can't make it. You can make it, and then when you go to make your soup, you put a can of cheddar cheese soup in there instead, and you'll get it, okay? So now, there you go. You can see what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? All the colors, the cilantro and the oregano and the garlic and the cheese and all that. And then, see, I have it in this big container. So see, it looks just the same. Ta and da. So now I'm going to put it, because I made, mango batch, because I use it in a whole lot of things. So there we go. Let me see. So we used to, the company actually sold the mixes either in little bitty packages for one, like one recipe, or you could buy a big container of it like this, and it had like 15 recipe cards in it, all kinds of ideas. All right, let's take a gander at our soup, shall we? I think I probably am going to need some pot holders because I don't want to burn my hands. Oh, it smells delightful, I tell you. Delightful. Now, and it's a soup facial. People, you guys aren't talking very much this morning. What's going on? Is the rain icky for you? I don't know. But because of the seasoning, you have all this glorious, like the dried cilantro and the oregano are all floaty in here. The garlic, the cheese powder has given it that little cheesy flavor. So obviously, I just put a bunch of veggies in here. You certainly could add chicken. You could add turkey. You could add ground chicken. You could add ground turkey. You could add ground beef to this. So any kind of meat you want could go in here. You don't have to, I put in rice, which was not in the original recipe. You could put pasta in here. I would probably say if it's big pasta, to cook it first. If it's small pasta like Stars or Orzo or ABCs or, something that's small, then you can dump it in like I did the instant rice. And then, oh, look. So, okay. Let me put this back over there. Putting it back. There we go. All right. Because I sauteed my squash and tomatoes first, it is, Lori, it smells like chicken enchiladas. Really, it does, even though we have no chicken and no enchiladas, right? Now, how would you top this soup, right, to be kind of exciting? So here's what I thought. You're having a lazy Saturday morning. Well, Susan, that's okay. I thought about having a lazy day, but then there's you guys. No, I'm just kidding. So even though it has cilantro on there, you can read my, yes. Okay, I figured out how to do it. I know, isn't that odd? There was another button to push. It made it all different, but I found it anyway. Crusty bread. Oh, I don't have any crusty bread. Maybe I could make some bread. All right, so I almost stripped all of the cilantro. So I don't have very much. And quite frankly, the soup doesn't need it because the mix, this, has the dried cilantro flakes in there. Where'd my knife go? Oh, here it is. But I thought it would be nice to put it on top. Oh, Gail liked the Southwest seasoning and the garlic lemon. Yes, those were good too. So I thought I just cut a little bit up just so I can put it on the top. You know me and fresh herbs. I just think it goes well, okay? And then I'm gonna give you garlic parm croutons. Oh, that would be good. Hold on. I'm digging. Hold on. Digging. I think I'm gonna do some Fiesta blend Mexican cheese on the top. Ooh, those cheddar cheese biscuits we made the other day. Yes. Lisa, my friend who used to sell Homemade Gourmet, and she lives in Florida. I think she's out with her grandson today. She made them that day and sent me a picture of them. So they looked good. We ate all ours, so there we go. All right, so here's what I thought. We brought some, these would be good too. Look at these, crispy jalapenos. These are yummy. They put in salads or soups or whatever. These are yummy, but I'm gonna leave those for my salad. We went and had Mexican food the other night, Friday. So these are probably a little stale. These were the take-home ones. So these are probably a little stale, but I'm gonna take a handful of these and smush them up over. And so, but you don't have to use old ones. I also, I have these tostadas left over from when we made our nopalitos, our nopalito tostada. So we could do either of those. So you could top it with sour cream. That would be fun. Anything, there's a lot you could top it with. All right, so here we go. I'm going to, I was like, where are the pot holders? There we go. All right, lid off. Pot here. Ladle, purple pot, purple ladle. I know you guys weren't surprised that I painted my bathroom purple. Oh, you know what? I have something else to show you. It's actually like a chicken enchilada soup. Come with me. Remember the other day when I don't even know if I can go in here, but we'll go in here. The other day when we did a tour of my bathroom, avocado and green onions on top. Oh, Terry, that would be lovely. Okay, so remember when we did that? Okay, here's what I want to show you. You're going to chuckle. You're going to chuckle because, I want to show you something. Hold on. You're going to laugh. You made the tomato pie this morning? Put it in the oven to crisp it up. I could do that, Mom. Okay, so you're going to laugh. Here is a regular roll of toilet paper. Are you looking? I know. It's a kitchen show, and she's showing you toilet paper. But this is so funny. I found this like 2 years ago. And so when everybody was during the pandemic, when they were having toilet paper shortages, I didn't. And here is why. Now, I don't know what your favorite toilet paper is, like Charmin, Northern, Angel Soft, whatever it is. Mine is Charmin, okay? So this is like, it's a big roll, but that's like a normal size roll of toilet paper. I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to show you what I get, okay? Oh, well, where's the flippy thing? There it is, okay. Okay, there's the roll of toilet paper. It comes on this big, you can buy this big stand. Can you see the big stand? I just put it up on the counter. Okay? And that's how big the roll of toilet paper is. Now look, if you take this roll of toilet paper and put it on there, look how much more there is. Is that the funniest thing ever? Whoops. Go this way. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that funny? That's a lot of toilet paper, I'm telling you. Lots of toilet paper. Okay, did you need to see that? I need the stand. I know, I liked it. Anyway, Charmin, that's where I got it, the Charmin, and I ordered online, and then they just automatically send you, I think I get one a month. But they send it like every 3 months, I get 3 in a box. And so, but then during the pandemic, they shut us down. Luckily, I still had quite a bit. I know, talking about toilet paper on a cooking show, what is wrong with me? I don't know. But then you go, see, walk around the house and look at Cindy's bathroom and look at the toilet paper and the funky mushrooms. And you never know what will happen in Cindy's kitchen or in Cindy's bathroom for that matter. All right, I got a bowl. Any bowl will do. But this one looked pretty. Look, I like the red and I like this light cut. I like the dark blue, but I like this color blue too. Anyway, so there you go. The beginning and the end. Brenda. That is hilarious. Brenda, if I could give you an award today for the funniest, you would get it. That's hilarious, Brenda. The beginning and the end. Okay, or gross. I don't know which it is. All right, so let's put some soup in here. Oh, so good. And like I said, remember, you can add any kind of meat to this. You can add any kind of veg. The important thing is that we've, we have, look at this. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? Look how beautiful that is. See the rice and the tomatoes and the squash and the mushrooms. Yum. All right, so I'm going to take some of my probably stale tortilla chips. See? And you don't have to smash them up all the way, but I'm going to put a little smash in the middle. And then I'm going to put some cheese. Oh, cheese. Now remember, it already has cheese powder in it. And if you couldn't find cheese powder, you probably added a can of cheddar cheese soup. So this might be redundant. I can't get the thing open. I love soup too, Joan. It just makes you happy. All right, so there, I gotta put this in here around the edges. I should have put the cheese in first, because then it melts, and then you get the little strands. Ooh, that makes me happy. And then a little cilantro on the top. Ta-da! Now, I know that you watch food shows and people do this, and you're like, yeah, I'm not doing that. It isn't for pretty's sake. It's for taste. I really think a fresh herb will send you over the top. There we go. All right, so what do you think? Thumbs up, hearts, love. Can I get some love? Never can have enough cheese. Lori, I agree. I agree. So can I get some love, some hearts, or some thumbs? Say, I love you, Cindy. Okay, so you ready to take a bite? Here we go. Oh, this is a big old spoon. Look how big this spoon is. It's huge. Huge, I tell you. I always buy the big Costco packages, and they had the Charmin on sale just before the mad dash. You were set for toilet paper. Well, that's good. I kept telling people I had plenty if they... I know, right? Then I had nightmares. I know. There were a couple of people knew that I had that toilet paper, and I kept thinking, oh, Charlene, thank you. I love you, too. I kept thinking, oh, what if they do show up at my house? Because I said, oh, I have toilet paper. Come on over. All right, so here we go. Wait, I want some of that fresh. There we go. All right, can you see everything? Tomato, squash. There's the little chips. Fresh cilantro, rice, squashy. Okay, ready? Oh, Brenda loves me too. I feel happy. Do you just love my toilet paper? No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna burn my mouth, so I gotta be careful. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh. The seasoning in this is to die for. Yes, sour cream on it would be lovely. Always the perfect bite. I know, right? There's probably a psychological condition that's associated with that. Don't you think, Lydia? I think I probably have several undiagnosed psychiatric issues. Like, do you ever make a list? I'm a list person. I like lists. But more important than the list, I feel like I need to check everything off. And so at the end of the night, when I look at the list, I actually add things to the list that I did, but weren't initially on the list, simply so I can have the satisfaction of checking it off. See, there's got to be a psychological associated with that. I'm just saying, you guys have to make this soup. And to make this soup, you have to make the seasoning, okay? So there you go. I will put the recipe for the seasoning, and it'll make 1 pot of soup, which is about 5 tablespoons, 5.5. You could obviously do your math and work on your multiplication tables. That might be a great thing for you and your kids to do together, right? Take your recipe and say, okay, we want to make 10 of these, right? Education, right? And then you can put it in any kind of container. You do that too with the list, Terry? Oh my gosh. Jalapenos on it. I put jalapenos in there, Lydia, so. And you can do a little, This will probably put it over the top. Let me do that. Hold on. Because you know what? Let's do this. A dollop of hot sauce. Wait, get the cheese off. Okay. I'm having mine with hot sauce, but you don't have to. But I'm putting some hot sauce on mine. So there you go. I hope you had fun today. We saw the mushrooms, how much the mushrooms had grown. We made a seasoning, and then we used that seasoning to make a big soup that tastes like chicken enchilada, even though we didn't make chicken enchiladas, and it didn't have chicken or enchiladas in it. The cheese pull is everything, isn't it? I hope you enjoyed today. Probably not the visit to the toilet paper, but everything else. And if it stops raining, I'm gonna try to repot a few things, but we'll probably have to wait until the rain stops. And because I'm all this morning because the rain won't stop, I may end up just watching TV today. Who knows? I hope you guys have a lovely Saturday. Maybe the weather is a little better where you are than it is here in Houston. And I love you too, Terry. Thank you, Shirlene. I appreciate it. You guys have a lovely day, and I will see you again next Tuesday. Very exciting. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Sending you big hearts to you. Cleaning the house because of the rain. Oh, I don't want to do that. Ugh. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.